कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends. A very warm welcome to all of you on this show called Business Opportunity Over Chai. This show is managed by Franchisee India management team. And in this show, we try to bring in every day a new business opportunity for you every day at 12 o'clock. Today's business opportunity is coming from a very well-known brand called KOK. This is an international preschool. And we have in our panel Mrs. Aditi Garg. She is the director of KOK. Welcome, Aditi ji.
Thank you.
We also have Aarti Sharma ji here. Aarti Sharma is the center head and she also takes care of the franchising model. Aarti ji, welcome here on the panel.
Thank
now,
you so much.
Before we move towards the webinar, I would request my viewers to note down the questions which comes in between the webinar and put it in the Q&A box. All your queries will be answered right after the webinar. Now, I would request Aarti ji to take the lead from here and let our viewers know more about KOK. Aarti ji, please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Hello, we are, good afternoon all. And we are very grateful to hear Franchisee India, very thankful to you to launch this webinar. We are very thankful. Today I'm presenting a KOK. It's a very well-known brand. KOK Play Group. It's an international chain. यहाँ पे like we are providing a very best for प्री-स्कूलिंग. like आप अपने छोटे बच्चे को एक ऐसे हैंड में हैंड ओवर करते हैं जो आपके बच्चे को as per your parents, like आप घर पे अपने बच्चों को कैसा एक एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट करते हैं, उससे बेस्ट वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग हियर. like we are providing a holistic curriculum according to the STEAM and R&D lab, and we are providing a new generation fun learning ways, ताकि बच्चों को हम लोग ज्यादा से ज्यादा अपने साथ मोर एक्टिविटीज फन लर्निंग में एंगेज कर सकें. दे एंजॉयिंग अ लॉट्स ऑफ टाइम हियर, दे एंगेज विद द लॉट्स ऑफ मॉन्टेसरी एक्टिविटीज हियर. एंड लाइक हम लोग अपने एंड से पूरी कोशिश करते हैं कि हम लोग अपने एंड से अपने बच्चों को जितना भी बेस्ट हो सके फॉर द डे केयर, प्री स्कूलिंग, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग वी प्रोवाइड द बेस्ट. Yeah.
So Aarti ma'am has given a brief detail about KOK. So I'll just take you through the journey of KOK, how we started and how the things move. So I'll share the PPT also parallelly. So please requesting you all the queries that you have, please post it in the chat box parallelly, so we can take it at the end of the session basically as discussed. So the full form of KOK is Kids Own Kingdom. As Aarti ma'am suggested, we opened this preschool with the concept that it should be the kids' own place, wherein they learn a lot, and plus with the comfort of feeling in their own kingdom. So there are a lot of things they can explore into. So we basically started this journey in 2015. I am Aditi Garg, and I'm an IITian, and I was into IT industry initially. So I have worked there for almost 8 years. But then I always had a zeal to be with kids. So that's what drove me here. And the founder of our company is Mrs. Nirmala Singla. So she has that, she was completely into education background, basically. So we already always had a vision like how to involve the kids in a realistic manner. So that's what brought us to this idea. So she's an author, she writes lots of books and everything, and having an IIT background. So we wanted to work on the overall development of the kids, basically. So with that, we came with the concept of a unique curriculum and everything. Having said that, the best part is I feel generally play schools have a strength of 30 to 40 kids per school, but we come up with a strength of like 120 kids basically in each of our branches. So I think this is the year that we decided to go with the franchisee, and we're looking for a lot of expansion in the next 1 year. So you can see the name of KOK at different places. You will start seeing that. But since then, I think the best part was we quote a time frame of like 18 or 20 months, but with our curriculum and the way the kids were responding, so we were at a break even in a term frame of 6 months. And basically we have kids of around 120 strength in our schools. So that's a good number, basically, as per a play school, and all the parents are very satisfied, and I'll help you through more. So our coming to important part, the vision, we see kids as like they are the leaders of tomorrow, basically. So what we inculcate, and 2 to 5 years age is a time frame, whatever we give to our kids, they will be able to grasp that. So we come with a curriculum that works on their overall development. It is not just one perspective, like their brain development, hand coordination with the brain, how it goes, how their brain we are developing at this age. So that is very important. It is not just that the kids come here, they learn ABC alphabets or numbers. It is like how they can also make them participate in inter-play school competitions. So there are a lot of things we do with them, and a lot of games we do which help their brain development also. So as of now, when I see my kids growing, they are in very good schools and they are at the top rankers. So that all fetches a very good vision. So the main vision that we see is that we can create a difference in the schooling market. Like the kids pass out of KOK should be easily differentiated. So that is the vision, and that's why we came with the concept that we should spread our branches and make it go through the different routes of India, so that we are able to make their mind and everything developed in a very good manner. So that is the vision we came with, an expansion. So this picture mostly depicts about Nirmala Singla. She is the founder, and all the ideas, we have a lot of planners and everything. So it's a combined activity. And coming back to the classes, okay. So I just wanted to focus a bit on the curriculum before we go ahead. So we have the latest concept of STEAM in our curriculum. So it includes, like, we have a lot of R&D labs. So we take our kids, so it includes all the parts here. It includes the science, the maths, the arts. So in that lab, we make the kids understand this different, and we see like what is the basic interest of the kid. So it helps us to drive in the R&D lab, like which kid is interested in which thing. So it helps us to understand the kids better and develop them accordingly. So these are some of the key features. Plus, coming to this point, we also have a lot of collaboration with the formal schools in the Win City. So that is very critical, because once they have that, we take our kids for a formal interviews. They organize different activity for our kids. Plus, we have a lot of interplay school competitions, and also we have an holistic ERP curriculum in which we have different cartoon characters. So our approach comes with a combination of both the modern technologies using ERP, where the cartoon character is explaining the concept. So they do it as a group activity in the school. And the same thing, they go home and the worksheets are assigned to the kids, wherein they do the same activity again and it is submitted again through the ERP. So there are a lot of worksheets, and also the ERP is associated with artificial intelligence. Like if they just scan the homework, they will get all the relevant activities through an AI system, through artificial intelligence, wherein they'll get all the related relevant worksheets for that. So coming to our old legacy, so that is the modernization of ERP that we take into picture. And coming to the legacy systems, we mostly try that we do all the activities with the kids in a practical manner. So we don't particularly go by the bookish things or everything. So we create an artificial environment. Let's say it's a traffic signal. So we create everything artificially according to that system, and the kids be a part of that. So once these activities are repeated repeatedly, so they are able to understand its actual usage. So it is not that it's only on the screens or in the books or on the blackboards they are seeing it. So they role play. So that is the thing. And we, as I said, we have a lot of R&D labs. We have like stage performance wherein the kids have to come and speak individually. So we take the different parameters like their habits, what they are speaking, how they are pronouncing each word. So each and every detail of the kids is taken care. So this all the ERPs and all the curriculum that we followed, including day wise, like we will be drilling it down day wise, and that will be shared. That will even include the page numbers as well, which day wise, like which day what has to be done, what kind of activities. So whether it will increase the fine motor skills, the cognitive skills, what type of skills. So everything is mapped basically. So that is the holistic curriculum that we followed here. And that is what it differentiates us from the rest of the schools majorly. So that's a very important parameter that we work on. Also, it was a good point that even during COVID, our school strength has not gone down. I think one of the major parameters should be the way we were giving them activities. It was all realistic that the kids can themselves do it. So that was another best point, that even during the COVID time, our school strength was as normal as it was when the schools were running. So, and we were successfully able to pass through the COVID time frame as well. And I already mentioned the school strength is really very high. So that is about the preschooling curriculum and everything that we follow here basically. So I think Artimam can drill you through the different programs that we have and what are the different activities. So she can just help through that.
Yeah, we are providing a different programs like in our school, like Little Lamb as a play group. We are providing a toddler play group programs, giving children to the freedom to learn and play to explore himself. Okay, then we are providing a Curious Cubs. Curious Cubs are pre-nursery. Pre-nursery, we are providing a free writing, free handwriting, free reading, pre-math, science and socials and cognitive skills development, logically, encouraging children to learn and step by step. Yes, ma'am. Then we are providing a Blossoming Bears. Blossoming Bears stands for nursery. We are providing here full curriculum like shapes, number, letters, A to Z, like all. Okay, like we are next program is Exploring Euro is a lower KG according to the NEP guidelines. We are converting according to the NEP guidelines. It's Exploring Euro is a lower KG and Exploring Euro part 2 is an upper KG.
Right.
Yeah, Aditi ma'am will continue. Ma'am?
Yeah. Sure. So that is one method that we have our schools running throughout the day. So we have programs like in the morning, we mostly utilize the space for the preschoolings. And after once the school is over, parallelly also we have other facilities like daycare, tuition, dance, and abacus. So the daycare plays a very important role here because in daycare, it is not just that the kids comes to us and they spend their day in eating and sleeping. So we have separate daycare teachers as well. And again, there we have a handful of activities planned for them. So we get their school homework also done, plus the activity which enhances the kids. So they feel a difference that why they should send them to KOK daycare rather than somewhere else, because it's all a part of our daycare package, wherein as per the requirement of the kids, the different activities are planned for them. Let's say if the kid is weak in English, then we organize English speaking classes. If they need dance, martial arts, tuition classes, so in at one platform, they get all these things in house. Plus, the daycare teacher is there who helps to enhance the kids' skill. So that is another model of generating a very good revenue, because if you see in the current timing, 80% of the parents are working, the offices are open again. So any place nearby, they always need their kids to be in a very safe environment, a healthy environment. And plus the best part is when the kid is learning, so they always feel a value add in that. So even so these are the very effective methods wherein we are generating more and more revenue, and plus a value add to the kids and to the parents as well. So it depends on the location where we are currently. So we can have different activities planned for them, like personality development classes. These are only a handful of activities that we have listed here. Martial arts, that's another option that's going on. So we can organize different type of evening classes with the daycare. So that really helps our parents. So if I then, I think if you have any queries, please keep listing it down for us. So if I just speak about the opportunities. So as of now, I think the Indian value for preschooling is around $3.8 billion. And in the coming, in like 2028, we're expecting it to grow by $7.3 billion. So with average, wherein we have like 120 students, but with an average of even 75, there is an opportunity of 15 lakh plus preschools requirement in India, because the preschool nowadays starts with 1.6 years. And as per the NEP, it's going till the kid can be there with us till 6 years of age. And the best part is there's no major registration also required except for Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra. So that's a very good opportunity. So we are also looking for a lot of expansion. You'll be seeing a lot of KOK going forward. And there's a huge scope. There is a huge place wherein the play schools can be extended. If I speak majorly in cities, there are preschools. But if we go a little down the areas, like so there are the preschooling numbers are really less. So there's a huge market scope for us wherein we can expand the preschooling. So this is another data which gives us an idea like how many kids come under who are less than 2 years, 2 to 4 years, and everything. So less than 2 years, it's almost 53% of the kids. So it's a very good industry wherein the preschools can grow basically. So now I'll speak about the franchisee model. Right. So in this, as we just mentioned, so we'll be sharing our all the education kits, the books. Again, if I speak about the books, all the books of our curriculum are designed by us, taking care of all the activities that the kids can do, including fine motor skills, their learning skills, writing skills. So all the books are designed by, it's published by us. So it is not some other brand that we are taking into consideration. So that will be done, and we have our school dress as well in place. So that is also our zone. And as I mentioned, we will have an in-house lab for development for the kids. So that is basically the R&D lab, which will cater like the mathematics section, the science section, the craft section. So all this has an R&D lab. And we have very highly qualified, as I said, the league comes from, like, I am basically itself an IITian. So I understand the basic value, like what are the different areas that the kids should be really developed in. So we have even some chantings and a few things involved which really help the kids. And the team is like run by highly professional, and they are very well educated. They have a very good basic idea of what the curriculum has to be, how do we nurture, and they are very well experienced. So we'll be providing end-to-end support in that. And as I mentioned already, I hope we can help you in getting a very attractive ROI as well, because the curriculum solves that part almost. So this is some of the feedbacks from our parents. So we can share some videos as well. For those who are interested, we will be sharing what our parents have to say. It is like, the most critical part for the parents is we get kids who generally don't even speak a word. So I generally see a lot of tears in their eyes when they leave their babies to us for the first time. But in a time frame of 2 to 3 months, they come out to us and they say, the kids have started speaking, and I can really see that happiness on their face. That is the basic place value, or what we get when. So play schooling is about, we parallelly enjoy with the kids basically. So, and when you see them learning and developing, it is so much of happiness that we get, like, okay, yes, so we are able to give that gesture to the kids basically. So that is what because it's the the first step that a kids take into the school. So that plays a very important role, because at that point of time they don't speak, they can't go home and tell. So that trust factor and the way they develop, that creates the difference for us. Having said that, in all our premises, we do give the option of live CCTV as well. So they can see what the kids are doing, how our teachers are treating them. So all the things that are required from the security perspective plus the parent satisfaction is already in place basically. So rollout plan in the first phase, we are looking mostly for the north, but we are open for all the areas in north, west, south, and east. So any place in India that we are looking for the rollout and expansion. Yeah. So what are the partners that we are looking for basically? As you know, it's a women-based business. So of course, women entrepreneurs and the people who are from a very good educational background, having a just for kids, love for kids basically, and like skills, patience to handle operations and all these things. So all these things are pretty good for a play school perspective. So nowadays, this market is on the boom, I can say, the play school market, because it's a women-driven business, and it is very enjoyable business. I can say it doesn't give much of a stress, because if all the security parameters, all the things are in place, and if you have a particular curriculum and everything is smooth, then it's quite a good place to enjoy as well, wherein we can also enjoy at the same time with the kids, basically. Right. So we are looking for majorly unit franchisee, and from a franchisee perspective, like we'll be helping with all the initial setups, the running of the kids, like I'll just take it up in the next slide, the more details. Yes. So these are the roles and responsibilities. So first I'll take the roles and responsibilities from my side. So we'll be sharing all the SOPs and guidelines which will be required. The kits, the curriculum, even the split of it, the day wise will be shared, so that the staff knows what to be done. The teacher training will be given by us. The coordinator training will be given by us. And the school setup, how it has to be done, which colors needs to be placed, which kind of toys, how a classroom has to be designed, everything will be provided by us. Plus, if we come to the marketing is very important. There also we have a very good information of like which color combinations to be taken for the hoardings, where to place the hoardings, how to approach the local marketing, the digital marketing. So we'll be helping in each and every parameter to run the school successfully and get the ROI as soon as possible. So if I speak about the roles and responsibilities from a partner perspective, so the in charge and operations will be taken care by the partner. The actual execution, we will be mostly at a monitoring level. We'll monitor it, how it is going. There'll be audits, plus we can give suggestions. So all these things will be done, but majorly the execution part will be taken care by the partner. And the local marketing will be done by the partner. However, as I said already, we'll be helping with how that marketing needs to be done so that we get a good number of inquiries. At the day first itself, we start to get the kids here. And we'll be incorporating, as I said, in the morning, it will be the preschooling. And post that, we can have the daycare and the various activities. Plus, if required, we also work in a pattern wherein if there is a good tuition institute or dance institute, we can rent one room or two rooms. So we help in finding all those partners for the brand. So as I already mentioned, I think that is pretty much. So there's an ERP system as well, which will be extended to the franchisee, wherein all the student data can be logged, their attendance, their homeworks, plus very interactive and interesting games that explains each and every parameter. So that's a very big value add. So the setup of the school needs to be done, and post opening will be helping like with the execution. Yeah. So coming to the financial part. So the minimum area I feel for a preschool should be at least 1,500 square feet. But if the space is more, it is even better. So at least 2,000 to 3,000 square feet of area we're looking for. So the investment would be around 16 lakhs or 20 lakhs. The franchisee fees is 3 lakhs to 4 lakhs basically. So it depends on the area. And we're looking for an agreement period of 5 years with royalty of 8%. And as I said, the payback period is 19 to 21 months. But I think, touchwood, I can say that in most my branches, I got it a bit faster itself. But this seems to be a very optimal number. So I'm quite sure if we choose a very good location and the setup is good, we provide the quality to the kids and they're able to learn, then definitely this is a good time frame, like 18 to 20 months, wherein we can get, which will be the payback period basically. So, yeah. Any queries? You have anything, Aarti ma'am?
Thank you, Aditi ji. We'll take some questions now, and I will also quickly recap the entire business format and the opportunity that you just explained for the clarity of all our friends. Friends, I'll request all of you, if you have any questions, some of you have requested for the presentations and the financials to be shared. We'll be more than happy to do that. But I'll also request if you can share your respective profile so that we can get you on a meeting or a call with the management team of KOK. And if anybody already has a location or a property which can be put to use for the preschool, we'll be happy to even explore that. So on the company, this is a 7-year-old initiative which was started by Dr. Nirmala, who herself is an IT, and before she started her entrepreneur journey, she was working with IT companies. The company currently runs about 3 branches, and on an average, each branch has about 120 kids, which is a very high number. Currently, they have operations in NCR, which includes their preschools, which operate out of locations like Gurgaon, Indirapuram. And if you look at the average in India per school, how many students we have, they're typically about 34 students average preschool. And against that, the number for KOK is almost, 4x, which is a very good situation. Now, if you look at the structure or the situation we had before COVID, which was very, very adverse for preschools, there were a lot of marginal players in the market. But after pandemic, there has been consolidation, which started to happen. And today it makes better financial viability for somebody to run the school, for players who have their system, their processes, and also their curriculum, which is structured, and standardization of their entire business format, which is the case with KOK. And also, if you look at, and we saw some stats with Aditi ji shared with us in terms of the supply and the gap which currently we witness in the industry. So while the supply of preschool have reduced, drastically after pandemic, but the demand is still growing, where we need more schools to come in. And the big challenge for unorganized, or I would say next door schools or players, is the lack of development of an effective curriculum, which is also not research based, and neither it is well designed. And it is a business which is a future fit business, which obviously our kids are going to go to school even in the times to come. There would never be a time when kids would stop going to school. So when we look at any business opportunity, we always look at how future fit that opportunity is. And what is also interesting in their model is they have an infrastructure which can be sweated out, because a big problem with preschools, while obviously your input cost is low, but after 12, the infrastructure comparatively is unused. So one can even integrate some activities which can be daycare activities, or it could be rented out for some other activities to some other player, which also would be an extended help by KOK. While they are happy to explore any inquiries from across the country. But initially, to start off with, I would recommend maybe Delhi NCR, and creating a cluster, which is very, very important for any brand. And if we talk about preschool as a category, they also have a big advantage because your input cost is very low. When I say input cost is low, they're not very high rentals. Agar aap residential mein bhi aap dekhte hain, your rentals can be taken care of. They're not very high in terms of rental. Second, even the salary structure, which is there for the staff, the teachers, is low. And so if you look at the overall margins or the arbitrage in the business, which is comparatively very, very high. So moreover, if you look at most of the businesses, retail businesses, food business, they all have a big or I would say substantial requirement of working capital. Aapko advance se paisa rakhna padta hai so that you can consume that and keep that as a buffer for the next 3 months of your working capital. In case of preschool, it is comparatively different, as you get the fee in advance and the services are delivered after. So it also relieves the burden, to a franchisee to keep working capital aside. Right? And if we talk about the timing, this is perhaps the best timing for thinking of starting a school, because this is also the right season. Now, on the total structure investment, we require perhaps an area of about 2,000 square feet to get started with an investment which is about 16 odd lakhs. I'll request Aditi ji, if you want to give a breakup of the 16 lakhs of investment and also explain typical number of rooms or infrastructure which is required for somebody to put it.
All right. So here, as we mentioned, we will need it minimum of 4 to 5 classrooms will be needed. And so the initial setup cost comes to be around 6 to 8 lakhs would be the minimum costing that would be required for the setup of the school. And then there's a franchisee fees, and coming to the monthly expense of the school, it varies from like 1.2 lakhs till 2 lakhs. So as the number of students are increasing, we can increase the number of teacher strength. So that's a very good point, that we don't need a fixed monthly. So as we start getting some of our revenue back also, because we get in terms of like fees and everything, parallelly, so we need a basic staff of, I think, 4 to 5 members will be needed to start up a school. And once the number of kids are increasing, we can parallelly increase the expenses as well. So that is the complete, but I think the basic setups and everything can be done in a between 8 lakhs, 6 to 8 lakhs somewhere. So, and as ma'am said, as Sonia ma'am said, that the rental depends. So the major part of the monthly expense, it depends on the rental parameters, and the book set and dress that would cost us between, because that will also give us a handful of 50 sets are there. So that will cost us around 2 to 3 lakhs somewhere. So that is a very rough idea. If you want a very detailed information on the costing and structuring, I can definitely help everyone with that.
Very helpful, Aditi ji. And also maybe I'll go a little deeper in understanding how the unit economics for a preschool actually works. And if we can also highlight some important, I would say, elements, especially if we talk about our fee structure, typically how much is that fee structure? What is the average
Right.
rental that we consider for a 2,000 square feet of space? And also what kind of, salary structure we have for teachers, the staff, and
Yeah.
the ideal size for a batch for a school to get started with.
Okay. So the ideal size for, I think we can start with the one kid as well. So in per class, we expect like 12 to 15 kids with one teacher. That would be the optimal number. But we can start taking admission. It's not that we need to wait for 10 kids to join in or something. So as soon as we have 1 or 2 kids, the day we are open, based on the registration, we can start taking the admissions basically. And the fees would be, I think the coordinator fees would vary between 12 to 15,000, and teachers salary per month, it is between 8 to 10,000, a good teacher. And then we need a few nannies for the entire day, because the daycare and the activities that we run in the evening is a very good revenue generation. So again, the daycare, the teacher salary would be between 8 to 12,000 there, and the maid salary also falls somewhere at the same amount. And definitely we need a guard, so that expense will be there. So basically, I think, and if I speak about the fee structure, that depends a lot on the area where we are opening. But typically, the play school fee structure varies between 3,000 to 4,000 per month. And plus with that, we have a lot of other parameters, like when the kid is enrolling for the first time, there are registration fees, admission fees, the kit cost, everything. So that also gives us a very good revenue, and that is at least 8 to 10,000. So we get that one time 8 to 10,000, and then they give us monthly fees. The minimum would be 3,000, but the area we are opening in, we just need to see that areas as well. So it's a bit relative, but I would say 3,000. And plus, there are a lot of other parameters, like we can include the CCTV part. So the parents who are taking live CCTV, there'll be an additional cost of at least 1,000 to 1,500 of additional CCTV cost per month. If the parents are opting for meal, again 500 to 800 or 1,000. So this is a very high level, I'm telling you. So exact amount we can decide based on the area and of the preschool, and plus where we are opening it. So the meal part is additional, the CCTV part is additional, and the basic fee structure should be around 3,000 to 4,000. But we have like a lot of parameters to add on. As I mentioned, there is a one-time fees that we take from all the parents. That again varies between 8 to 10,000. So that is for the entire year. They paid for the first time.
And also, if we talk about typical number of students, what is a viable batch annually? For example, your current schools have about 120 odd students, but what is that ideal, throughput for a preschool? What number of students ideally one particular location or a franchisee should push for?
I think, yeah, it depends on the area also. That can play an important role. If we go for like 4,000 square feet or something, then definitely we can have around 150 kids. But if we talk about a 2,000 area square feet, then around 80 kids would be the optimal number. And I think in the first year, at least we should cater like 50% of it. 40% students we generally look for in the first year. And I said this is a good time for us for anyone to open, because the major admission slot starts from December. So we have good number of kids joining in December, and then in March or April. So if we start, the setup will take at least 20 or 25 days or 1 month's timing, and then the brand to go and the hoardings and all the marketing. So it's a pretty good time of the year to start.
Helpful. So while, considering what their past legacy has been in terms of running the school with an average of about 120 plus students each of the school, but for somebody, for a franchisee to start making profit, a batch annually, of about 85 students is also good enough to start becoming profitable.
Yes, I think profitable would be at around 40 kids, because we will get the daycare kids and activity center also parallel. So they
And typically,
equally
what is our fee
contribute.
structure for other activities? And if we talk about, say, maybe number of kids that enroll, how many of these kids also take subsequent activities for the daycare?
Right. So for the daycare, I can say the kids who are less than 1 year, they typically end up paying 10,000 per month. So it is more likely like 1,000 per hour. So if a kid is coming from 5 hours, let's say it will be 5,000. So daycare plays a very, very important role because it's much more money compared to preschools when I see. So the daycare costing adds up, and activity centers mostly it will be on a partnership base with the person who is running, or it can also be a rented. So if it is rented, it is direct income. Like if we say that we rent out one of the rooms for the abacus classes. So they just take their classes 2 days a week, and they pay us around 8,000 for 1 hour. So if we can have collaborations with multiple people like this, so that can be a very good value add. So there are two terms in this again. One can be the rent out, like for 2 hours in a week or something we give them and they give us the rent. Otherwise, if it is an activity based, it generally varies between 1,200, like dance classes are 1,200 to 1,500. So it will be 50% partnership with the person we are doing with. Tuition classes are very good. We can hire teachers in the evening who can take tuition classes. And based on the classes, we get very good amount in tuition these days, like 2,500 for class 3, 4. So these are all additional incomes. So I think if we run all these activities together with a daycare preschooling, so I think 30 to 35 is a good number for a preschool. And then we have a couple of admissions in daycare and activities. So this club, we get our break-even point too early. Like in generally, that's what I got in my schools from 6 to 8 months was my time wherein my income was equal to my expense, and then we started making money. But optimally, what we have quoted is 19 to 21 months for the payback period. So
Helpful. And now with respect to the training of the teacher and the recruitment, is there a support which is extended by KOK? And what are the qualifications that we consider for teachers to be appointed?
Right. So the most important parameter that we look for is very good English speaking, and they have some prior experience with the play school kids, because handling small kids needs a lot of patience. And so experienced teachers, entity teachers that we look for, plus very good English speaking and good in craft. So these are the basic requirements that we look for. For a coordinator, the requirements are a bit different. For a coordinator, we generally look the like how that person can converse basically, and so that is an additional thing that we look as a coordinator. But the teacher should be very presentable, very humble, soft. So that is how it goes.
Thank you so much, Aditi ji, for putting this presentation and answering the questions. Since I was seeing a lot of questions that came by, and we have covered all these questions, but still if there is something that you want more detailed understanding on, I'll request all of you to kindly reach out to us. We'll be happy to even get you a tour of the existing facilities of KOK in Delhi NCR, where they currently operate. And as I mentioned, do please share your profile with us. I'll put our email ID, which is feedback@franchiseindia.in, and also our hotline number, which is 9717683838. And before we close, Aditi ji, I'll also request if there is a message that you want to give to our audience who are listening to you.
Yeah, she's coming back. Just give me a sec.
Sure. In the meantime, I'll request if you want to put your screen for your closing remarks. So, Dhiji, Bangalore dekh sakte hain. I think your question is for Bangalore. We can consider Bangalore, but like I said, our initial focus should be NCR. But if there's a great profile to be considered, we can definitely speak. I'll request if we can get on a call post the webinar to understand the location and the profile of the partner for Bangalore. Aditi, I'm requesting a message from you as we close.
Yeah, sure. So basically, I would request you all to be a partner with our brand. and help India also to get great leaders for tomorrow. So we can collectively work on like how we can upbring our kids. And so that is the main objective that we are looking for expansion. So this can go to the cities all over India. And at the same time, I think we'll be very fair in our dealing, and we can support all the franchises to our best wherever possible, in whichever manner, so they can get the revenue also parallelly at a in a very short time of period. So we'll be there for each and every queries to handle how to set up, how to do the marketing. So it's a both way win-win situation for them, basically. So they can get the revenue, enjoy with the kids, and make great leaders for tomorrow. So I hope KOK, you'll be able to see KOK brands at multiple places. So that's the message I just wanted to.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aditi ji. And I'll request Arnima to take over for her concluding remarks.
Thank you so much, Aditi ji. And thank you so much, Sonia ma'am, for enlightening us. Of course, preschools are the backbone of working mothers. And now I would like to share. 1 second. So, friends, tomorrow we are coming with another business opportunity for you. This is a brand from Surat. It's called Kitli's Chai Pe Hai. So we are looking forward for a great association. And till then, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Sonia ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity.